Hello there. Welcome back to another episode of Rule the Waves 2 as Great Britain. We're almost to the end of 1926 and peace has finally broken out again, which means that it's time to recall all of our ships and start looking into refits and modernization. So we've already, as we can see, we've already called back all of our somewhat older destroyers, and they are currently being converted for much more heavy-duty anti-submarine use. So they are getting modernized and refitted with all sorts of fun new toys to play with in the war against submarines. We also have a large number of these fantastic new Pandora-class cruisers under construction, and all of our foreign station ships, our older cruisers, are also getting modernized. Nothing too major, mostly just a quick paint and patch, but they're also getting some additional mines and a few other minor upgrades as well. The real question at this point is, where do we go from here? We've already begun conversion of the very first battle cruiser to a flat top. So that'll be our first proper fleet carrier. The question is, what do we do from here? So all of my more modern ships have already been ordered back to the North American East Coast, but I need to decide what to do with my other older battle cruisers and my older dreadnoughts, specifically all of my ships with 12-inch guns. I need to figure out what I'm doing with those. So let's take a look. First of all, we have the incomparable. So this is this poor ship. It's not a terribly bad design. She's pretty fast, but those 12-inch quality 0 guns just aren't cutting it anymore. They don't have quite the reach, as we can see, and they just don't have the penetration they need either. So they're not quite up to snuff. So the question is, can I convert this thing as well? So let's take a quick look at what we can come up with for that. Alright, and here is the basic overhaul. If we were to just pull all the guns off and just swap this thing straight over to a carrier, we would end up with a complement of 45 aircraft, which isn't bad, and it'd be a little bit faster at 24 knots, and it would have better torpedo protection. So that's actually not bad, but if I try and do the conversion right now, the design board will not authorize such a large ship without at least 8 8-inch guns, and I am not willing to do that. Not right now. So we're going to pull this ship back. We're going to throw it in mothballs for right now. And as soon as the Invincible finishes and the design board realizes how stupid it is to bring a carrier within gun range, we'll convert this ship over. Let's also do a quick check at the Impermeable. I believe she would also benefit from such a conversion. And yeah, same thing. She would also carry a decent air complement and have even better torpedo protection. But again, gotta hold off on that until we've finished converting the Invincible. So yes, that is another good potential use for these two ships. So we will look into converting those. Next question is, what do we do with the Camperdowns and the Dreadnoughts? So the Camperdowns, let's take a quick look at those. These ships are entirely too slow to be converted to carriers. At only 21 knots, they aren't actually able to launch anything. Certainly not until we've unlocked catapults. And catapults for aircraft carriers is like a 1935 technology, so we're still 10 years away from that. That's not going to happen anytime soon. So we cannot convert these. Also, they have much more armor, or much more of their tonnage devoted to armor than the battlecruisers do. So they would not make a very good conversion even then. So we can't really convert them. They only have 6 guns. They have no torpedo defense. They're basically large, vulnerable targets that really can't do a whole lot. So I probably will end up scrapping these. Let's take a quick look at the dreadnoughts as well. See what we can do with these. So these also have no torpedo defense, and they're still too slow as well. They do have more guns, so that extra firepower is nice. But again, I don't know. I'm just not quite sure what to do with these. So there definitely is some benefit to having some backline ships still around. I certainly do not want these ships getting into any sort of frontline fights. They have absolutely no place on the battle line, but they could still potentially be used as trade protection, especially if the enemy has battle cruisers out and about raiding. They'll certainly think twice before engaging one of these. So that is a possibility, in which case those ships would need at least a little bit of an upgrade. We do have more modern guns, and that's not too expensive of a upgrade to install. Okay, new fire control, more modern guns. We'll see where that works out. Alright, so I think we're just going to get these ships back and we're going to throw them straight into mothballs. Same thing with all of our slower ships, just to get that financial savings. And then we can reserve fleet all of the more modern major ships. As far as the cruisers go, our faster but old cruisers, so the Proserpines and the Conquests, those are also still very useful for trade protection, although they are too expensive for colonial use. Look at that, that is not cheap. Actually, there's not a whole lot of price difference between these and those, so we'll see. But certainly for now, these ships can come back and go into mothballs, so we'll see how that works out. Alright, we've got all of our construction going pretty well. We've got all of our orders issued. All ships are returning to Northern Europe. So let's move right along. Next turn. And an unknown nation has stolen industrial secrets from us, and German scientists have invented the synthetic fire control computer. Well, that's fancy. And, well, we are a little bit short on foreign station requirements, so we're going to have to put a few ships on foreign station. Which, well, I mean, it makes sense. These ships are very much on we did just take a number of ships and put them on refit. So I'm going to take this one ship, the Flora, put her on foreign station. All these other cruisers can go, well, first of all reserve. Yep, air bases as well. And the Formidable, you can, there we go, move right back to Northern Europe. Get you home too. And then all of my slow ships, there we go, straight into mothballs. We've got 2 battle cruisers coming home. Get the foreign station ships back to foreign station. There we go. And that has mostly fixed our budget concerns. I do intend to maintain my air forces on active, because I do want to maintain those elite pilots and all of their skill. So we're going to take those. Yep, active, active. Oh yeah. We're going to try and keep those guys in good shape. So I'll keep those guys active, and then destroyers-wise, all destroyers can go to mothballs. Same thing with all these corvettes. Oh, who's not? Oh, we still have ships in the Med. What are you guys doing in the Med? Okay, you guys come back home. We'll get you guys back in mothballs. All right. Do we have any airplane requests? It's probably about time to start looking for a new flying boat. See if we can get some longer range out of that. Or maybe some float plane scouts. I don't know, we'll see. For now, flying boat. We want range and range. Double range. We want to be able to fly everywhere. Because the whole point behind those things is reconnaissance. Alright, let's move right along. Ooh, our top spy has managed to get a hold of plans for the latest U.S. improved 16-inch guns. Oh boy, weight savings and turret fittings. Good. Alright, what kind of guns did we unlock? Well, we're up to quality 0 16-inch guns. It's quite a step up. That is not exactly quality 1, but that's still pretty significant. Alright, you can go in mothballs. You guys are still heading home. What all do we still have? Alright. Pandora can go to reserve. Maxtons are still active, so that looks good. Alright, and these guys got home as well. There we go. Mothball set. Alright, I think that about covers things. In fact, since we have some significant rebuilds we need to do, I think we need to start putting some of these other ships into mothballs as well. So I'm going to grab all of my most expensive ships, and we're going to mothball those too. And I'm sure the Prime Minister is going to object, because we only have 3 battleships not in mothballs, but... Oh, and we're also short on foreign station requirements. Alright, we need 1 more ship on foreign station, so we'll take 1 more Flora class. So put that on foreign station, there we go. And then we need, let's see, so these 2 appear to be the cheapest. So we're going to reserve that. Nope, reserve that. Nope, still not quite good, so I guess we're going to have to take the inconsiderables too. Well, no, let's keep the more modern ones, the indivisibles. There we go. Haha, 61 destroyers finished reconstruction. That's a lot of ships. Alright, top spies managed to get a hold of blueprints for the Weissenberg, or Weissenberg, whatever you want to call it. Wow. How on earth did they manage that? 12 15-inch guns. Okay, so it is 15-inch guns. It's a little bit lighter. Not a whole lot of protection on the turrets either, but a pretty solid belt and a pretty solid deck and a lot of speed there. 28 knots. Alright, so we need to start assigning some air groups to those things. So San Juan needs some air units. Every base needs some flying boats. And we might as well have some torpedo bombers. At some point, once medium bombers become a thing, we'll swap those over to medium bombers. But for now, let's put out some flying boats and some torpedo bombers on all that stuff. There we go. Alright, now we have a large number of destroyers that need to get mothballed. Okay, so we'll grab all of these. We'll throw them in mothballs. And let's see about upgrading these Gurkhas. Alright, so these ships need some upgrades. So first things first, we need some K guns. We already have the depth charge storage, so that's good. And we also want better fire control because these ships are still very much in the line of duty. So let's see what we can do here. Can I swap out to a single forward gun? There we go. Oh, that puts me a little bit overweight. Where do we go from here? Well, let's try dropping the number of secondaries down. I do need the dual purpose, so we get some sort of heavy AA. These are escorts after all. Alright. Still overweight. But let's see if that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. So she'll be a little bit overweight. But better overweight and properly equipped than not properly equipped. We need the director firing. That is important. And we want that AA capability as well. All right. Well, let's go for it. Well, first of all, let's ditch the mine laying. There we go. There we go. Only slightly overweight. That should help. Alright, we'll throw those guys in for a refit. And then the other ship that needed rebuilding was the Lances. Let's take a look at these. Alright, so they already have director. They already have dual purpose. But they don't have K guns. So that's what we gotta do. So we throw on some K guns. Already don't have any mines, so that's already cleared off. Is this okay? Well, she's overweight, but that'll have to do. Because we cannot afford to drop off those guns. Alright, and there we go. That is all of our more modern destroyers getting modernized again. So those are set. What else do we have under construction? We've got a bunch of cruisers coming out. So that'll free up some budget. How long until the Invincible's done? 10 months left. Yick. Oh god. Foreign station. What happened to my foreign station tonnage? Alright, we need more ships. Okay, so we'll take the Flora. Foreign station. Foreign station. Foreign station. Anyone else? Anyone else at all? Nope. I guess we're going to have to do one of these. Alright, there we go. It's not ideal, but it'll have to do. And what are you guys doing on reserve? Mothballs. There we go. Save what money we can. Oh yeah, and my seaplane tenders. We'll mothball those as well. They are still useful. They have still served some decent purpose. Not great, but hey, every little bit counts. Alright, moving on. Alright, so we're getting some significant expenses for aircraft. People keep on stealing technologies from us. I'll bet it was the Russians. How dare they figure out how to put superimposed turrets on cruisers from us? They must have looked at a photograph or something. Alright, let's see. So we just had a bunch of ships finish up their rebuilds. So we're going to take all of our more expensive ships. Actually, hell, these Floras are not even all that expensive. But the faster ships, the Proserpides, yeah, we're going to put that back on mothballs, and we'll take some of these foreign station, and the rest of you can go into mothballs for now. Alright, so that about covers things there. Is there anything I can do with these Floras? Let's take a quick look at the design here. Well, I could upgrade fire control, but that's expensive. Increased elevation does not cost anything. These floors are not intended for any sort of frontline use anymore, so they would be fine with just a quick paint and patch and send them back out. Actually, hang on, we got some weight remaining. Could I? Oh, nope, that's expensive. Never mind. I'll just have to deal with light A weapons. Actually, hang on. I also wanted that mine capability. There we go. And then we can fill up what little tonnage remains. Yeah, that's much better. Get that in mine capability in all sorts of places, and then a little bit of light AA. Yep, I know, I acknowledge that, and I'm not paying for it. We'll just do a quick paint and patch and send them back out. And so that was the Floras, and we'll just do that to all of them. And off they go. Anyone else? Oh, hey! These guys can go straight into mothballs while they await conversion. Well, nuts to that. Oh, come on! Fine then. We'll take one of these. Well, if they're going to be prissy about it, we'll put the inconsiderables, the lighter ships, on reserve, because that saves me more money. Oh, come on. What the? Where did all of our foreign stations go? 33,000 tons worth of foreign station differences? What happened? Alright, let's see. We do have ships for this. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. And that means I can put you back in mothballs too. There we go. Save that money. Oh, come on. There we go. American cruiser Frederick. Ah, Pueblo class. Wow, very heavy armor belt, 7 inches. And 8 10-inch guns. That's quite the heavy armament, all things considered. And a fat stack of 6-inch guns and a handful of 3-inchers. It's an interesting ship there. Oh, our scientists are tantalizingly close to inventing dual-purpose guns as a main armament for destroyers. Okay. Oh, triple turrets on cruisers. And a rebellion has broken out in the French possession of New Caledonia. And we had a bunch of destroyers finish up their refits, so let's grab those and put those back in. There we go, mothball the destroyers. What else is still going on? How are the Gurkhas still undergoing? Okay, 1 or 2 more turns there. And then the floors should also be coming out, and that should significantly turn around our budget. Oh, come on, Prime Minister. Please have faith that I know what I'm doing. Alright, there we go. And there we go, dual-purpose guns as main armament for destroyers. Scientists are currently baffled by transverse arrestor wires. That's annoying. That makes landing on a carrier much more dangerous. Alright, flying boat prototypes. Let's take a look. So we have some very interesting stuff here. Much longer range. That's good, that's good. And also a decent step up in maximum speed, too, along with bomb armaments. Alright, so we could go for... Okay, that one just doesn't have the range, so it's out of the running. And this one has just a hair longer speed, or a longer range, but the speed is lower, especially cruising speed, and that is significant for getting the scouting done. So I think we're going to go with the Bolt & Paul Patrol Boat 12. So we'll take that. And I'm not even going to wait for that new flying boat to be finished. I am already obsoleting the old one. It is completely out of the running. Alright, we also need some new float plane scouts. And I think we're going to do the same sort of priorities for these two. Range and range. So we can cover more ground with those scouts. Alright, now that that's set, we've got some ships that need to go on reserve. Alright, so we're going to mothball those. Where did these guys come from? Mothball. And all of the Gurkhas are finally done. So we can mothball those too. Actually, you know what? We're going to keep the... Yeah, we're going to keep the Gurkhas and the Lances in reserve. It's not a huge change in price, but that also contributes to our available tonnage. And now that we have some interesting technologies for destroyers, let's take a look and see what we can do. Alrighty. Well, that is quite the design there. A very ferocious ship. 2,000 tons. I'm not too big a fan of that, but overall, alright. So we've got 2 triple tubes. We've got those superimposed guns. Very nice. Not enough ammo on those. Alright, let's see what we can do. So first of all, unit machinery. Absolutely vital for destroyers. Never go without unit machinery. And then second of all, we don't have any sort of AA. So we'll drop this down to 4-inch. That allows us to go with dual purpose. And let's slap on a superimposed double. There we go. So now I've got 8 4-inch dual purpose. And let's see about bumping up. Alright, so first of all, we've got our K guns. Not enough though, so we'll put some more on. We'll bump up the mines on board. There we go. Depth charges, K guns, mines. Yep, stacking those up. And we need more ammunition. So let's see what happens when we crank that up. 230 rounds per gun seems a little bit much. We'll just drop that down to 200 and hope that's good enough. And that leaves us a little bit of extra tonnage, which can eventually be incorporated into... Oh, you already got the mines. That'll eventually be incorporated into ASW stuff, maybe some radar. Who knows? But it's useful to have extra, little bit of spare tonnage there. So this is a very, very nice looking destroyer. The Gary class. Alright, sounds good to me. Let's do it. So we're going to save that design. We're going to start developing it. I'm very happy with that design. And now we just need about 1 million of them. Alright, moving on to our next turn. Here we go. 2 more cruisers, and 2 more cruisers finish reconstruction as well. Alright, America wants to buy ship design stuff. You know what? Sure. Okay, latest design Gary ready for reconstruction. No technologies have been developed. The design already looks good, so I'm not even going to review the design. We're just going to go straight to the build screen. And we're going to lead off with... Yeah, we're going to lead off with 8 of these things. And that's a pretty solid start right there. Okay, we also have other ships that can start going in reserve. So those fellows can go to mothballs, don't need those. Carriers are looking good. Down here we got one last ship of the Gurkha class, can go reserve. Alright, there we go. And how's our air request going? 5 turns out. Okay. Let's keep on chugging along. New docks completed, outstanding. Prime Minister floats the idea of a shooting competition. Well, If I was actually trying to up the skill of my ships in preparation for a war, then yeah. But right now, during the middle of peacetime, yeah, we're not going to do that. It's not worth paying for. Alright, and we have also unlocked integral armor, 2% weight savings on armor. Alright, well, we've unlocked a fair number of weight savings technologies. So let's take a look and see if we can do that battleship design yet. So first of all, we'll throw down the design. Alrighty. So key factors, we had 14-inch belt, 5-inch deck. We had 16-inch turrets, 5.5-inch turret top. We can drop those down to 2 inches. We were going with, alright, clear that off, although that is interesting. But we're going with A, B, X, Y, triples in the 17-inch category. And then 16 6-inch. We had some 4-inch. Scratch those torpedoes, they are not useful. And then we wanted some aircraft. There we go. Get plenty enough rounds per gun. And, well, we're a little bit over tonnage at 51,000 tons. But let's see what happens when we bump that up. Are we able to get this within reason? Oh, yeah. Oh, hang on. That's what I forgot. I forgot the speed. We need to be going 28 knots to keep up with the fleet. Alright, so we got to bump things up a little bit more. There's 65,000 and we're still going. Well, there we go. That design is achievable. 28 knots at 70,000 tons. And then we also saw those quadruple turrets presenting an interesting option as well. So let's see what that looks like. How much weight we save with that. So that was A, B, Y quadruples. And that's 1,000 tons of weight savings. Let's see if we can put that into some more turret armor. Yeah! Ooh. This is looking like a very, very nice looking ship. Oh, hang on. Forgot unit machinery. Oop. And I forgot torpedo defense. Alright, there we go. Okay. So, this is what we've got. So far, it's still not quite there. I could push up the tonnage a little bit more, but again, that also pushes up the cost of construction and the cost of maintenance. Alright, we definitely would need more tertiaries. Let's see. Is it even possible for me to build this ship as is? Why, yes. Yes, it is. That's pretty impressive. Alright. So, we're going to name this class the Juggernaut. And we're going to save that. But we're not going to start developing it yet. Yeah, we're gonna keep this design. We're gonna hang on to that. But we're not going to start building it until we've got some of our destroyers out and we've got some of our conversions and such done as well. So we've got 4 more months on the Invincible. We're also going to convert the 2 older battle cruisers, the Incomparable and the Impermeable. And we also have a lot of ships that need to be refitted with 16-inch quality 0 guns. So that's going to be our primary focus for right now. We're going to keep that design on the back burner and see if any more technologies come along that might improve her performance or improve her weight savings. But for now, we're coming up on the 40-minute mark, so I think it's about time to call this episode to a close. Until next time, I'm Katori87, signing out.